Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sancti.
Here is a man who gave all.
He was a good man, worked hard, he loved the world.
As you look down the roadways here, it is a seemingly endless sea of people.
When I saw him, I started to cry. It's very emotional.
He was just so welcoming, so non-judgmental.
We're praying for the millions of Christians around the world who love the Pope and admire him.
There has been such a demand to pay final respects to Pope Francis that St. Peter's Basilica stayed open until the early morning hours. Now reopened once again. To this juncture, the Holy See estimates that about 50,000 people have already said their final goodbyes to Pope Francis, and there's no indication that that is going to be stopping anytime soon. As you look down the roadways here, it is a seemingly endless sea of people who have been making the journey here to Vatican City. This is expected to continue on until Friday night, in which the public visitation will end, and then the funeral for Pope Francis will be Saturday morning. Where are you coming from today?
From King's College in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I see. Were you already here in Italy, or was this a specific trip?
Yeah, it was a specific trip. When I got word very early in the morning, Monday morning, made arrangements to get back here so we could be here to pay our respects to the Pope.
And that was very clearly important to you. I mean, how important and significant is this moment and the appreciation of history here?
It's very important. We were able to get Pope Francis to come to Philadelphia for the World Meeting of Families, and I was on that committee where we raised money to get him there, and he did such a phenomenal job and was really able to reach out to so many people in our area. So I think it was important to come back and pay our respects to him for doing that for us.
What did you think was the quality in Pope Francis that stood out to you the most, that defined him?
I think he was just so welcoming, so non-judgmental, and I think that is, we can all have differences, but that's really very important. How do you get together and get along with one another in spite of we all have differences? And I think that's what I'll always remember about him.
I mean, when you were just inside St. Peter's Basilica, I was hoping that you could walk me through that moment of seeing him lying in state and what was going through your mind.
It's hard to explain. It was very surreal. He looked very much at peace, which was nice, and I was glad to see him dressed in his robes as high priest, and just said a prayer for the repose of his soul. And it was that quick, but that special and that sincere.
What does it feel like to be here in Vatican City at this moment?
It's hard to express, but I think there's a little bit of sadness, but also for us, much joy. We just celebrated Easter, which we believe is the resurrection. And I'm just so thrilled that he was able to be here, be close to people one more time on Sunday, and then get called home on Monday morning right after Easter. And it's great to be able to get that feeling from the people here that they understand the sadness, but they also believe in the happiness for him.
In the present moment, as you mentioned, the sadness, the somberness of the loss of life, do you have hope for the future, though, as you stand here right now?
I do seriously believe that the Holy Spirit will work with the conclave and allow them to get to know one another and pick the right leader that can help the church, but also help the world with being kind to humanity and doing what is right and not being afraid to say what is right. That, I think, hopefully we'll find a pope that can be that leader just like Francis. No one's going to be perfect. No one's going to solve all the problems, but hopefully they can make an impact.
I guess that's my last question for you. I mean, we've heard from a lot of people who have very different opinions about what direction they would like to see the new Pope take the Catholic Church. Is there a specific quality that you're looking for, or something that you want the next Pope to really bring to the table?
I want someone that is spiritual, but at the same time that can continue to be very welcoming and bring more people either back to the faith or just enable people to get along with one another. And I think that's so important, not just for Catholics, but for everybody in the world.
Thank you so much for your time. Did you plan on coming out here to Vatican City? Like, was this a trip that was already on the agenda, or how did you end up here?
We are both study abroad students here in Rome, and we weren't planning on coming to Vatican City, but it was kind of spur of the moment. We were like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so might as well. But yeah.
What was it like going inside?
It was kind of surreal. It was intense. There were a lot of religious officials, and it seemed like they had a good system in place, but it was definitely kind of crazy being in there.
When you were inside and you saw Pope Francis lying in state, what was the feeling that you were experiencing?
I guess I would say it's kind of unreal. I mean, you see him on TV and helping people and being such an influential person, and then to see that person in real life and also deceased, it's a lot, but I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
It was worth the wait?
It was, and the wait wasn't too bad. We heard it was pretty long yesterday, but so we were expecting at least 3 hours, but we were in line for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
It wasn't bad.
Oh, wow. Is
Yeah.
that close? Wow.
Yeah.
What are your hopes for the future as they plot out who the next Pope will be, those conversations? Is there anything you're looking for, or is this something you're paying attention to at all?
I've been passively paying attention. I'm not Catholic, so it doesn't pertain to me as much as a practicing Catholic. But I would hope for somebody who is advocating for peace and trying to bring people together rather than divide them.
And you?
Yeah.
Similar?
No, yeah, I would agree with that.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. It is anticipated that St. Peter's Square will be packed shoulder to shoulder, and the eyes of the world will be on this location, not just with everyday people and mourners making the journey here from across the globe, but as well as that, for the number of dignitaries that will be here, whether it's President Trump, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Prince William, all coming here on Saturday. It is not an exaggeration to say that Vatican City will be at the center of the globe when Pope Francis is laid to rest Saturday morning. In Vatican City, Robert Sherman, NewsNation.